Enter them. Well, time to feed the hungry viewers. Morning, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your 5 senses work, health and strength is good. Or excellent. Look. Alright, now, what do I got for you here? So the MSI Claw is 20% faster than the ROG Ally X. Should have been more like 50%. Listen to this. It says here, MSI claims Claw 8 AI is on average 20% faster than ASUS ROG Ally X at 17 watts. Claw 8's outperform ROG Ally by 20%, is claim of MSI. The next gen gaming handheld will release within a few weeks. Says the competition in the high-end gaming handheld market is heating up after the rather unsuccessful launch of the MSI Claw 7. The company is returning with something finally worth the hype, but it might be MSI's last chance to convince gamers. The Claw 7 with the Meteor Lake wasn't powerful enough, though, to be considered a worthy competitor to the ROG Ally and Legion Go system. The handheld was one of the most discussed product at CES 2024, which it might have led the company to price the product too high. Ultimately, the product was too expensive and slower than the competitors, leading to quick price adjustment. The final nail in the coffin was MSI's rather bizarre announcement that the Claw 7 will be updated to a newer Intel architecture. Just launched, the MSI Claw 8 AI has a shot at changing the game, but it says the MSI Claw 8 AI plus 7 AI will both feature the Core Ultra 7 258V processor with CPU cores and 8Xe2 cores. This is also combined with 32 gigs of DDR5X 8533 memory, making it the first handheld with such memory capacity from a large company. Yes, there have been handhelds with higher memory capacities, but they were significantly more expensive than primarily offered than lesser known boutique brand, often through crowdfunding campaign. Well, the Steam Deck can do 32 gigs, you know. But anyway, says this time around, MSI seems confident about the product, and they even invite some reviewers and influencers to their headquarters to present the device. Among them was ETA Prime, who provided an early hands-on experience and also published an official performance slide. It says this particular is interesting because it compares the two closest competitors in high-end handheld space below 1,000. The ROG Ally X, updated this summer, still has the same Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor, but has a larger battery and more memory. MSI Claw at 17 watts, which seems to be Lunar Lake target, the handheld would be 20% faster on average. This was measured at 1080p resolution with low graphics setting and with super resolution. And then it says Claw 8 AI shows got an ARC 140V 8-inch display, Hall effect sensors, 80 watts, 2 Thunderbolt ports times 2. Thunderbolt port, that's for like your Oculink. Wi-Fi 7. The Ally X is using Wi-Fi 6, USB 4.4 times 1, and then USB 3.2. That's a carbon membrane sensor, 80 watts, 7 inches, Radeon 780M, 24 gigs, and the Z1 Extreme. MSI came prepared this time, but I got a feeling that the ROG ASUS will probably use the Z2 probably next year. But anyway, says here, as mentioned earlier, MSI announced 2 launch dates for the system. The Claw 8 AI should come out between December 26th and January 15th, with the date depending on the region where the system is launched. The handheld may eventually receive cheaper version with the Core Ultra 7 256V, which has 16 gigs of memory, which has memory has indicated by marketing materials. Meanwhile, the ROG Ally has already been seen at $699, currently back at $799. So we're talking about a 13 to 28% price gap. ASUS has yet to announce the successor to the ROG Ally 2023X, and perhaps waiting for AMD to announce its Z2 series, which is expect at CES 2025. There's also Legion Go with Z2 series, but MSI is not comparing the products to the Lenovo. But based on this spec sheet, now you can see that. Let's see, the processor is Core Ultra 7, right? For the 8, ASUS ROG is Ryzen Z1, 8X Zen 4. MSI is using 4X Lion Cove, 4X Sky Mount. iGPU is ARC Graphics. Radeon is 780 for the Ally X. 8X XC cores, 12X RDNA CUs. External GPU is 2 Thunderbolt 4s USB 4. ROG Ally X is USB 4. Memory for the MSI is 32. Ally X is 24. Storage capacity 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte for both of them. And then they're both using. Let's see, the MSI is using M.2 2230. That's a PCIe 4.0. The ROG Ally is using 2280. PCIe 4.0 times 4. Display for the Ally is 8 inches. For this display for the Claw is 8 inches. 1920 by 1200, 120 hertz, 500 nits. The Ally is 1920 by 1080, 120 hertz, 500 nits, 7 nits, and they both support VRR. Then connectivity is Wi-Fi 7 plus BT 5.4. The Ally is Wi-Fi 6 and BT 5.2. Battery, they're both 80 watts, and their weight is let's see, MSI is 794, Ally is 678. Then dimension is 29.9 by 1226 by 2.4 centimeters. And for the Ally is that's for MSI, and then for the Ally is 28.0 by 11.4 by 3 centimeters. They both use Windows 11. And the ROG MSI Claw is $899 for the 32 gig variant, and then for the ROG Ally is $799. So the Ally came out in July 2024, but MSI now is coming out between December and January 2024, 2025. So performance-wise, the MSI Claw is better than the Ally X. So plus there's a YouTube video here. I think this is from ETA. I think so. I'll leave the link in the description box. But other than that, man, MSI stepped their game up. In this handheld market. They don't. Both of them don't have an OLED screen, so we'll see what ASUS do next year. After the Z2 chip from AMD is announced, we'll see who gets it. And of course, there's Valve lurking, in the shadows somewhere with the Steam Deck 2, talking about they looking for a generational leap. So we'll see what that statement means when the time comes. But right now, the MSI Claw right now is outperforming the ROG Ally X. And I got 46 comments. And you know how the debaters go. They go at it in the comment section. So yeah, see if I can get a couple of them. Shadow said this: when the Z2 out, it will be 30% slower. What a joke product. Dead Save said this: I did a quick Excel sheet. If you exclude the 5 outliers game, it's about 8 to 9% better. Then Entertain said this: same performance as the HX370, marginally better. And then Jamie Stevens said this: what is a lie? Actually testing it proves it was only 5 to 10% faster. And then Lee said it's the same performance as the HX370. And let's see this. God said this: well, B580 matches 2080 Ti performance. 2018 top of the line perf for 250, not bad. And then MK said this, and it's only 8 ARC GPU cores versus AMD 12 RDNA 3.5 core. It tells me entire RDNA 4 is a flop from the beginning. And then Kazuka said this, more GPU cores will result in lower power consumption. Performance compare lower cores. So in APU, that target handheld and laptop efficiency is the most critical aspect. Then one more Tripper said this, what does this have to do with RDNA 4? And then see, Bad said this, chip seems great, the handheld looks ugly, and I dislike the D-pad. I dislike the MSI logo at the front as well. As far as that price, I did much rather have 60 Hz OLED with HDR. That's a miss by them. And then Oz said this, what is the price? TSM 3nm chip not cheap. Then Jeff, they already told you. Then Luker said this, I saw 8-watt mode option. Anyway, they'll share their thoughts and their comments in the comment section. But MSI stepped their game up a little bit. The only thing that's missing with these two handhelds is an OLED screen. So that means the Steam Deck still has an advantage over them. And of course you can put 32 gigs of RAM on the Steam Deck with 61 terabytes of storage. But MSI is the first handheld though, like officially, like with 32 gigs of RAM out the gate. So competition is fierce within the handheld market, that's for sure. Lenovo is probably going to come out with something. So is Valve. So is Asus. So is ANEO 1X GPD. So is the OXO. Probably Logitech will come out with something new. Orange Pi. Yeah. All those handhelds, they probably come out with something new in the months and days to come. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. But yeah, these handheld competitors are competitive. It's very competitive. So if you're gonna come out with a handheld, you gotta have all the bells and whistles, So yeah, and then take it from there. But other than that, man, MSI stepped their game up, and they have improved over the Claw 7, the original model, and brought 2 new ones now, the Claw 8 AI and the Claw 7 AI. So yeah, looks pretty good so far, man. And based on the chart, that I'm looking at, the Claw versus the Ally, 20% higher FPS under 17 watts. It's pretty good for a handheld, for what it can do. So you Intel fans, enjoy and have fun with your new Claw when you get them. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy it. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Star Trek, Dark Side. Go home. Peace.